Girl, let's be real. Most people go into a new year with resolutions they don't even believe in. But this year, we're not doing that. This is the year you stop starting over and actually build the life you keep daydreaming about. Girl, you deserve a year that finally reflects all the growing, healing, and leveling up you've been doing behind the scenes. And today, I'm going to show you how to make 2026 that year. Now, if you're returning, welcome back. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Tiffany, and I make content all about becoming the best version of yourself. Now, if that sounds like your vibe, girl, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you. Let's get into it. Now, most of us hear the words New Year and immediately think we need to throw everything away and start over. New habits, new personality, new life. But that mindset is exactly what keeps us stuck. You don't need a brand new personality, a brand new routine, or a brand new identity. What you really need is an update. Think about a phone, right? You don't throw it away because one app is glitching. You update the system. You fix the bugs. You strengthen what's already working. You improve the performance. Your life is the same way. Your patterns, your triggers, your habits, those are the bugs in the current version of you. And 2026 is your improvement era. This is the year where you say, alright, this part of me just needs refinement. This behavior needs a little tweak. This belief needs deleting. This routine needs optimizing. You are not broken. You're just running outdated software. The woman you're becoming already exists inside of you. She just needs the updated version of your discipline, your mindset, your boundaries, and your emotional intelligence. And here's the part most people forget. Every update makes the device, you, smoother, faster, clearer, and more efficient. Not perfect, progressing. And that's enough. I want you to sit down and write out 3 bugs you're carrying from 2025. Things like procrastinating, people-pleasing, overthinking, saying yes too quickly, ignoring your body, being inconsistent, self-sabotage, emotional impulsivity. Then ask yourself, how do I update this? What is version 2.6.0 doing differently? Then rewrite the upgraded version. Procrastination. I take action when I feel resistance, not when I feel ready. People-pleasing. I honor my no the same way I honor my yes. If it's inconsistency, I commit to showing up even on low energy days. If it's negative self-talk, my inner voice speaks to me like someone I love. This is the version update for the new you. Think about the last time you cleaned out your closet. You held up each piece and said, does this still fit? Does this still look like me? Do I even like this anymore? Now imagine doing that with your beliefs. Because some of the things you're carrying, they're not just outdated, they're from a whole different era of your life. You would never keep a dress from 2012 that doesn't fit your body, your style, or your lifestyle anymore. So why are you holding on to beliefs from your childhood, old relationships, past trauma, failures you've already healed from, or a version of you that no longer exists? Girl, declutter. Some beliefs shrunk, some stretched out. Some were never your style to begin with. They were handed to you by someone else. It's time to do a fitting room session with your mindset. Hold up each belief and ask, does this still fit the woman I'm becoming in 2026? Not the woman you were told to be, not the woman you used to be, but the woman you are becoming. If not, donate it to the past, because the past is the only place where those beliefs still make sense. And here's the thing. When you clean out your closet, girl, you create space. Space for new pieces, new styles, and new versions of you. Your mindset works the exact same way. And girl, you cannot step into 2026 wearing beliefs that don't flatter your future. And if I can be honest for a second, letting go of old beliefs is one thing. But learning where those beliefs came from in the first place, girl, that's a whole different kind of work. And you don't have to figure it out all by yourself. Because the truth is, this time of year can bring up so much. Holiday pressure, old family patterns, loneliness, seasonal shifts, all the things that make those outdated beliefs resurface. And that's exactly why taking care of your mental health right now is so important. I know therapy played a huge role in helping me understand myself deeper, especially during seasons where life felt heavy or confusing. So today I'm so grateful to be partnering with Grow Therapy for this video. They're building a kind of care that actually feels human. Accessible, flexible, and made for real life. And even if you've never started therapy before, this might be the easiest entry point. You can book an appointment in as little as 2 days, with options on nights and weekends, so no long wait lists. You can filter by identity, gender, language, faith, and more, from over 19,000 licensed providers, virtual or in person. And if your first choice isn't the right fit, you can easily choose someone else. Grow works with 100 plus insurance plans, with many people paying around $21 per session depending on coverage. You only pay per session, no commitments and no monthly fees. What I appreciate most is Grow's transparency and the fact that their therapists run independent practices, meaning you're truly choosing someone who fits you. And you know me, I do not partner with brands I don't trust. Grow's clarity and mission honestly gave me the confidence. So girl, if you're ready to release old beliefs and build a healthier foundation going into 2026, click the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen for a quicker way to get support and find a therapist. Your healing does not have to be a solo project. Now girl, when you stop wearing beliefs that don't fit no more, you naturally stop showing up small, and that's when it's time to step into leadership. You gotta stop acting like an employee in your own life. Clocking in when you feel motivated, clocking out when things get uncomfortable, waiting for permission, waiting for the perfect time, waiting for someone to give you the green light you could have given yourself. No ma'am, not in 2026. This is the year you step into the corner office energy of your life. CEOs don't wait for motivation. They move with vision. They don't wait for validation. They trust their own judgment. They don't ask, should I? They say, this is what we doing. Girl, in 2026, you're the one who sets the tone, protects the schedule, manages the resources, approves the priorities, and fires anything or anyone that is not aligned with your vision. When you're the CEO of your life, you stop being emotionally on call for people who do not respect your time. You stop waiting until you're inspired to work on your goals. You stop letting fear run HR in your mind. CEOs create the plan. They're decisive, they're intentional, and they move with purpose. And the beautiful thing is, you already have that power. You've just been acting like you're stuck in an entry-level position in your own life. Girl, promote yourself. As you walk through this next year and you make decisions for your life, I want you to ask yourself, would a CEO approve this? Would a CEO approve over-explaining yourself to people who aren't even listening? Putting your goals on hold because someone else is uncomfortable? Staying in procrastination mode because you don't feel like it? Entertaining people who drain your energy? Giving discounts on your time, your love, and your access? If the answer is no, then it's a no for 2026. Period. CEOs don't negotiate their worth. They negotiate their contracts. And in 2026, the contract of your life reads, I am becoming the woman I said I will become, and everything that contradicts that must go. Now, let's talk about the real reason you feel drained, even when you're doing the work. You're journaling, you're praying, you're healing, you're reading the books, listening to the podcast, doing the inner work, but your energy still feels low and your progress still feels slow. Your peace still feels fragile. It's not because you're not doing enough. It's because you're pouring into a cup that got holes in it. Those holes, they're your unprotected boundaries, your unspoken needs, your people-pleasing habits, your tendency to give too much access to people who earn too little trust. Your constant, it's fine when it's not. Girl, you cannot fill a cup that's leaking. You cannot grow when everything you pour into yourself is slipping right back out through patterns you refuse to fix. 2026 is the year you sealed every leak. This is the year you stop letting anyone, and I mean anyone, poke holes in your peace. Because here's the truth. Sometimes the leak isn't your lack of effort. It's your lack of boundaries. You're doing the healing work, but then surrounding yourself with people, environments, and habits that undo everything you just tried to repair. You meditate in the morning, but keep chaotic conversations in the afternoon. You say you want peace, but let stress call you on FaceTime. You want growth, but keep entertaining distractions that drain you. That's a leak. In 2026, we patching up every hole. Leaks can look like different things, Emotional leaks. Letting people's opinions decide how you feel about yourself. Time leaks. Filling your schedule with things that benefit everybody but you. Boundary leaks. Letting someone have just a little access when they should have none. Energy leaks. Saying yes out of guilt instead of alignment. Self-worth leaks. Letting your past dictate your present decisions. Girl, if it drains you, distracts you, or disconnects you from yourself, it's a leak. And leaks don't fix themselves. You have to decide, this ends here. I want you to grab a notebook and write this down. Where is my energy leaking? List every person, habit, mindset, or situation that drains you. Then write, what does sealing this leak look like? It might look like saying no without over-explaining, taking a break from certain people, restructuring your routine, limiting access, creating consequences for crossed boundaries, replacing guilt with self-respect. Because once you fix the leaks, the work you're doing will finally stick. And you'll realize you were never the problem. Your boundaries were. I want you to think of yourself as a beautiful house that's currently under renovation. If somebody walked into a home mid-remodel with paint cans on the floor, wires exposed, walls half done, and furniture pushed to the side, nobody's gonna say, wow, this house is a disaster. No, they'd say, oh, this being updated. It's in transition. It's getting better. So why are you embarrassed when you're in the season of rebuilding? Why do you apologize for being in progress? Why do you hide the messy parts of your healing when that's literally what transformation looks like? Girl, healing is not supposed to be pretty. Renovation is noisy. It's dusty, it's uncomfortable. Sometimes you're tearing down the walls. Sometimes you're fixing damage no one else sees. Sometimes the external looks worse before the internal structure gets stronger. But girl, let me tell you, renovation means improvement. It means something better is on the way. It means the old version of you wasn't demolished or destroyed. She's just being upgraded. 2026 is your renovation year. This is the year you replace old wiring, your outdated beliefs. You strengthen your foundation, your values, your boundaries. You knock down walls, the limitations you placed on yourself. You redesign the interior, your mindset, your routines, your identity. And you update the exterior, how you show up, how you speak, and how you carry yourself. And none of that should be hidden. When a house is under construction, the owner never stands outside explaining to everybody passing by, sorry, excuse the mess, I swear to be better soon. They just let the process happen. They trust the experts. They trust the plan. They trust the timeline. And they trust the transformation. Do the same for yourself. Stop apologizing for being in progress. Stop shrinking because you're not finished yet. And stop comparing your current renovation to someone else's completed home. Your healing, your growth, your transformation. It's allowed to look messy. It's allowed to take time. It's allowed to inconvenience parts of your life. Renovation always does. But girl, once it's done, the reveal will be worth it. Now, if you're still watching at this point, go ahead and drop this emoji in the comments. Let me know you're toasting to a brand new you in 2026. Now, girl, some things in your life are not blooming because they were never meant to. And that's not your failure. It's simply misalignment. You've been pouring time, love, softness, kindness, advice, apologies, effort, patience, and prayers into friendships, habits, environments, and dreams that have shown no signs of life for a long time. And here's the truth. A plant can only grow if it's alive. No matter how much water you give it, no matter how much sunlight, no matter how much care, a dead plant gonna stay dead. And yet, we treat people in situations the same way. We think if we just try harder, if we love harder, give harder, or show up harder, it will magically bloom. Girl, it won't. You are not God, and you are not a gardener of the impossible. In 2026, your water, your time, your softness, your energy, your presence goes only to what shows life, only to what grows you, nourishes you, supports you, or evolves with you. Because wasting water on dead things is not loyalty, it's self-neglect. I want you to pay attention to the things that respond to your care and the things that don't. If something never blooms, no matter how much you give it, that's your answer. Let it go with grace. and replant your energy where it can actually flourish. Your life is not supposed to feel like a pressure cooker. Constant tension, constant urgency, constant noise. Always rushing, always reacting, always overwhelmed. That's not growth. That's overload. Think about a playlist, right? A good one is intentional. It matches the moment. You choose the energy. You skip what doesn't fit your vibe. You don't force sad music at a celebration or hype music when you need calm. But that's exactly what we do with our lives. We force relationships that don't match our season. We say yes when our spirit needs rest. We stay in environments that clash with who we're becoming. And then we wonder why everything feels heavy. In 2026, stop forcing vibes that don't fit. Your life should feel curated, not chaotic. Every choice you make is a song you're adding to the playlist of your life. Some songs elevate you, some calm you, some motivate you, and some throw the whole mood off. You need to remove them. Girl, learn when to skip. I want you to ask yourself this question before you say yes to anything. Does this add to the vibe or disrupt it? Does this conversation bring peace or drain me? Does this habit support the rhythm that I want for my life? Does this environment align with my growth or clash with it? Does this person feel like a song I replay or one I always skip? Girl, you don't owe anyone access to your playlist. 2026 is the year you turn the volume down on chaos and up on alignment. Your confidence is not something you wake up one day with and magically have. It's a score, a reflection of your habits, your choices, and your consistency over time. And just like a credit score, your confidence is built from patterns, not moments. It grows promise by promise kept to yourself, habit by habit that you stick with, boundary by boundary that you enforce, decision by decision that honors the woman you're becoming. Every time you show up for yourself when it's easier not to, deposit. Every time you speak kindly to yourself instead of tearing yourself down, deposit. Every time you honor your no, even when it disappoints someone else, deposit. And just like a credit score, girl, deposits compound. And this is why 2026 is not about perfection. It's about patterns. It's not about doing everything right. It's about doing something consistently. It's about stacking small wins. It's about proving to yourself over and over, I can trust me. And let's be real now. Just like your credit, there are things that lower your confidence too. Breaking promises to yourself. Letting fear make your decisions. Abandoning your goals every time life gets hard. Surrounding yourself with people who don't see your worth. Letting your past dictate your future. But here's the good news. Confidence can always be rebuilt. Just like repairing your credit, it starts with small, steady, intentional steps. One day at a time, one choice at a time, one promise at a time. Now in credit, using too much of your limit lowers your score, right? In life, giving too much of yourself to the wrong people drains your confidence. Girl, protect your emotional credit limit. Do not overextend yourself. Do not give more than you have. Don't borrow energy from tomorrow just to survive today. Your confidence grows when your energy is managed wisely. I want you to write down 3 small daily confidence deposits you can start making in 2026. For instance, it could be making your bed, walking for 10 minutes, drinking water first thing, putting your phone down at night, speaking one affirmation, enforcing one boundary. It's not the size of the deposit. It's the consistency that changes the score. Because girl, a woman who consistently deposits into herself becomes unstoppable. Girl, 2026 is not asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to be intentional. Everything we talked about today is about one thing. Choosing yourself on purpose and upgrading the way you move through life. Now, if this video spoke to you, girl, go ahead and like it. That lets me know this is the kind of content you want more of. And comment below what you're committed to changing in 2026. I really do read your comments. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. And before you go, watch the video YouTube is recommending on the screen right now. It ties perfectly into this one and will help you keep this momentum going. And thanks again to Grow Therapy for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check them out through the link in the description. I'm so proud of you for showing up, girl. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you there.